So I encourage you to download the HAPS app. If you have not downloaded the app, it is free. Hey, from London, thanks for coming in. People from all over the world, guys. So it's really, really cool. Thank you so much for coming in. So give me a thumbs up if you have a stability ball. Somebody out there, let me know. You can do this with me or go back and do it later. Download the HAPS app. So it's a great platform. And look, guys, you can actually make money. You can make money $25 just for downloading the app. All you have to do is go live 4 times once a week for 4 weeks, and you get $25. So just try it. Give it a try. You can click the link if you're over on Periscope. You can click the link straight from my bio and download the app right there. Otherwise, click the link on whatever platform you're watching, see if that works, or better yet, go to haps.tv/invite/@Beth Hoover. So I'll try to type that in later so that you can get that if you didn't catch it. But let's get rolling. I want to get started. So one thing that's really cool about the ball is that if you have a good ball, it's really a great thing to sit on and it'll like really relax your back. So I have one client, she just likes for me to bring the ball over and her sit here. And if she could just do this the whole time, she would be feeling great. So, because it helps to relieve that pressure on the spine and just kind of that bouncing feeling is really good. Hey, Pablo, thanks so much for being here. So, look, guys, and Pablo, if you are, almost went back there, if you guys are sitting at a desk or a computer, I always talk about this. Get yourself a stability ball and use that for part of your day. It will actually work your core. That is my work your abs while seated routine. While sitting and doing nothing routine. Okay? So it's true because when you're sitting on the ball, you don't have anything to support. So your back and your abs are automatically like isometrically contracting. And if you sit here too long the first day, you're going to feel it. So take it gradual, a little bit at a time. So give me a thumbs up, guys, on the replay or in the comments if you have a stability ball or if you want to get one. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know. And again, guys, download the HAPS app. You can earn $25 just for downloading the app. Push the go live button. Broadcast a view, your scenery. Let us know where you are. We like to look and see what different parts of the world looks like, or do some cooking, do some exercise, whatever craft, whatever you're into. So there's a lot of variety, and it's really cool. So today we're going to do abs. Here we go. Wesley's here, so it's time to start. Hey, John from Hamilton. Hey, good to see you guys. So, yeah, leave me a comment and say hi. Let me know where you're coming in from. So let's start. First of all, your ball needs to be at about, your hips need to be just kind of a little bit higher than your knees. Not under the knee. So that would mean if I were sitting like this, the ball would be too low and my knees would be too high. So this is a pretty good height for me. So just check on your box or wherever you're buying it online and see. There's a few different sizes. So the first position is just that basic position where we're going to put the ball at the low back. You can always sit lower on any of these moves because if you sit lower, it will give you even more back support. You can see how this is more support. You could do a crunch from here. Just curl forward. Chin is tucked. And then our a little bit more difficulty, step the foot back and the other foot back. And then we go from here. So I also did kind of a hip lift up. So lift the hips up a little bit, kind of a pelvic tilt, like you're thrusting the hips up toward the ceiling, and then curl forward. So this is always like our standard crunch, but I'm going to show you how you can make it a little different. We're going to go ahead and hold the arms out, and then we're going to lean back. And as I take one arm out to the side, that automatically, guys, engages this part of the core, the obliques. So I took this basic crunch right here or here, and I added, so you could even keep the hands here like this. So again, a lot of different stuff with the hands. As I look, that throws me off balance. I know I'm not rolling off the ball or anything, but it does challenge your balance and makes your core work a little harder here. Make sure to breathe. Let's do a couple more so you can see how taking the arm out, anytime I move one of my limbs away from the center, then that automatically makes it more of a challenge. So you're doing good. Okay, I'm glad you're doing good. How is everybody doing today? Are you guys doing good? Let me know how you're doing. The next one we're going to do is we are going to go on the floor. Yes, thanks. I know, I saw you when I was outside, and the weather here, guys, is still, the weather is drastically changing. Like it was, let's say 0 degrees, 10 degrees last week. Yesterday, for 3 days, it was almost 80. And then today is like 45, 50 and raining. So it's really, really a lot of extreme changes over just a period of a week. And it just makes you feel kind of weird. So I've been cold again, but not as cold as I was before. All right, now notice how I'm getting down on the floor. I'm going to come onto my side, and then I'm going to roll over on my back. That's the safest way to do it. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my legs up over the ball. Now, this is actually, I've got some hair clips in, so it's not real friendly here with my head on the floor. But this is really, can be a relaxing position if you have some back issues. Just coming on the floor, and you can see putting my legs up, just take some stress off the back. You can also, if you're in some kind of rehab or need to kind of do a little bit of rehab for the back, I'm holding my arms up so that you can see. I'm going to push my low back to the floor and then release. Push my low back to the floor and then release. And when I do that, the abs engage. So that's what, and you can put your hands on the abs and feel yourself do that. And this is really good for anybody to do. So all I'm doing is taking the natural curve out of my back by pushing the low back to the floor and then release. So again, this is important because if you're sitting a lot throughout the day, you might be having back pain. So doing, taking a few minutes out of your day and doing these exercises, even, it's not like this is some strenuous workout, right? So just doing this can help. But let's go to another core here on the floor with the legs over the ball. There's a lot of exercises we could do, but I'm going to show you this one. I've got my hands behind my head, chin is tucked. I'm going to reach across, try to touch the ball, the opposite side with the opposite hand, and then back down, and then come up again. So now I know I look pretty stable right here, but just this motion right here, where you're trying to keep the ball stable, is like, see, a challenge right there. So that causes the abs to engage more. I know I look pretty steady, but again, I've done this a lot. So, but the first times you do it, you'll feel that instability If you need to rest your neck, you can. But I encourage you to try to do some and keep the chin tucked without resting the head. And you can just put your hand behind the head for a little bit of support. But anytime a muscle is working against gravity, you're going to feel it. And that's why you feel the neck too. But you want to strengthen and keep the neck stretched and flexible better. So let's do a few more. So see, these aren't so bad, right? Everybody can try these. Breathe. Okay, and then we'll rest there. So a lot of different things you can do from that position, but I'm going to go ahead and roll over and come out and trying to roll over safely and show you guys how to. Thank you, Wesley. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donations. That's so kind of you. And make sure, again, guys, if you are on Periscope, I shouldn't have come up and go back down. You want to go ahead and download the HAPS app. Click the bio, download the HAPS app because Periscope is transitioning. So now I have the ball over my head. I shouldn't have come up, so I'll let you. I just got up for no reason. So we were here. I rolled the ball around. You don't have to move. Grab the ball. Try this. Roll up to the seated position. And then roll the back down. This is kind of like a Pilates move. You can keep the knees just slightly bent. But don't just plop down like that, okay? That will hurt your back. That almost wasn't good for my back. So you want to try to go slow and controlled, engage the abs, roll down. See, I'm rolling down. Exhale up, roll up. Having the ball to hold on to and taking it from behind your head and then using a little bit of momentum there with the ball coming forward can help you to go ahead and sit up if otherwise it might seem hard. And then there's a lot of things here, so you could challenge yourself to rotate. Now, I know this ball doesn't seem heavy, but I mean, you know, after a while, you will feel it, and then you can add that rotation to both sides, and then that will cause the obliques to work a little more like that, and then we just keep going here. And another one you can throw in. So anytime, just remember, anytime you remove a contact point from the floor, so like this, if I roll up and then I twist and lift a leg, see, that automatically like engages more muscles. But be careful with your back. If you do that, you could have the knee bent a little bit more. I'll do one more of those on each side because that's definitely harder. I mean, you can feel it. So, and even if you did it kind of just for a split second, lift up the foot like that, okay, and then roll down. Okay, so that's exercise number 3. Number 3, we're going to do 5 ab exercises. TikTok, okay. We'll follow Wesley on TikTok if you're on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, but you that's popular, that's for sure. Okay, so now I'm going to put my foot against the couch. You can put your feet against the wall or something like that. And then you could also do this lateral, we're going to do a lateral crunch. Let me show you this position. But you have to make sure you're not going to slide. So this would be the lateral crunch. So see, I'm on one knee. And you can also do this. Let me know if you guys have some questions. And leave some comments or pop the questions in or say hi. So this one, you can see I've got my knee on the floor. I could also make it different or maybe a little challenging, more challenging by doing the extended legs. But you do have to get your feet kind of against something, and then you go here. Now I'm lifting up higher, and you can control the range of motion by how far, by where you place the ball. So if I place the ball out a little bit more, then that controls the range. See, I'm not lifting up as high now. So this is good still because you're focusing right here. But one thing I see people do sometimes is they try to go like this, and then that's not really, you know, I mean, that is still effective if they can hold the position, but usually they're like straightening their shoulder or like this or something. So be careful with that. Now let's go to the other side. Go to the other side. You are doing a lot of cooking. Is it all healthy? Did you watch, did you look at your portion size? It looked good. I saw it. I saw some of the, I think the picture, oh, the broadcast. So here I am doing the lateral crunch again on the other side. And if you have knee issues, I'm not putting direct pressure on the knee. I'm leaning to the side, but you can still triple up a mat or something like that to really give yourself some of that extra padding. That's what I would do. And then here we are with the lateral crunch. Okay, so that's another great one. And then the last one, of course, is a plank. Challenge yourself and stick around for the stretches. Stick around for the stretches because the stretches on the ball are the best. Plank. If you're doing a plank, you don't want to use your elbows. You want to make sure that you're putting the pressure on the forearms. That you are putting pressure directly on the forearms. Vegetables, yes. Okay. And then another common error is I see people down like this. Good job. Yes, vegetables are awesome. I actually need to have, I'm going to have some greens here in a little while. I haven't had enough today. I have not had enough. I have had more fruit today. See, I've had more fruit than vegetables today. So I got to go ahead and get some vegetables. All right, so check it out. So sometimes I see people down here, and you got to try to be able to lift yourself up. So you could come down to the knees. But then from here, let's do something different. You could do like a alternating butt kick where you're kicking the heel towards the glute. That one. And then you could also go ahead and just do a leg lift. See, a leg lift. So we'll stick with these two today. So either just a holding plank, which is hard enough, or the butt kick. And you could do these faster, but again, you just have to stabilize. And the quality of the ball, especially on some of these, makes a big difference. A couple more, because some of the balls are real flimsy material, so when you're in these positions, it's not firm and solid enough. And so I've seen all kinds of different balls, so that's why I recommend this Spry brand. All right, so let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think. And I'm going to start with some stretches. Let me grab some water. And remember, go download that HATS app. I can see comments later on the other, now and later on the other platforms. Hey, Yvonne from San Antonio. Welcome to the Stability Ball, Abs and Stretch. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So let's start down on our knees. And, there's a lot of, if you don't like to get down on the floor at all, there's tons of stuff you can do on the ball, in the seated position, without even getting down on the floor. It will change your workout if you're used to doing standing bicep curls or seated on a bench. Just changing the place that you're sitting on the unstable surface, will change the whole exercise. So I would give it a try. If you need some help, let me know. I do a lot of classes and Zoom training right here on this big black mat, which I love. So look, I'm doing a child's pose, but instead of the arms being down here, and I've still got my toes curled under, so you could do either way like this. I am really stretching right here through the shoulder, which is good. You do want to make sure you feel comfortable with the range of motion you're in. You could stay up higher like I was earlier, and kind of sit back towards my heels with my toes curled under. So it lifts my body a little bit, and then I can feel even a little bit more stretch in the low back. But it's not as deep of a stretch right here. So just make sure you control that. But this is real important because we get tight. So people get tight from posture and the activities that we do online and phone. And those sorts of things, driving. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to a chest stretch in this position. This is a really great chest opener, and it can help the shoulder. So from all fours, so just on your knees, one hand down, 90 degrees. So I've got my elbow bent at 90 degrees, and then I'm just going to take it just like this and place it on top of the ball. But I'm not going to hug up under the ball. I see some people do this. So that's not it. It's where the ball is. See, I'm not touching the ball. Except for my arm. My body, my torso is not touching the ball. So I'm really feeling it right here. I'll turn to, let's see, this view. I'm trying to figure out where you're going to be able to see it the best. I guess just kind of like this. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, because I want you to see the back. So you don't want to do this. You don't want to be like that. Sometimes I see people, kind of like this. So, this would be better. But, trying to just go flat. Most of the time I see people try to go in like that and then like this with the back. So keep the back neutral, the back flat. And then the head is doing the same. You're just looking straight down. Your head is in alignment with the back. So a lot of times in this position and push-ups and stuff, I see people that, they drop their head. So you don't want to do that because you want to keep your neck in neutral alignment. And this is really good right here. I'm telling you, you'll love this stretch. So try it. Let's go to the other side. And then got right here. So I'll probably turn. Let me turn this way again so you can see from here, from the side, or kind of an angle, more of an angle this time. So you can even tighten the abs here is what you really need to do. And when you draw in the abs, keep the back flat. Sometimes when people draw the abs in, they'll go like that, like you're sucking in. But you do want to kind of suck in, but you want to also keep the back where it's flat and just stand neutral. And then stretch. You can hold these stretches 30 seconds, 45 seconds, even up to a minute is good. I mean, because we all need to be, have the pectoralis muscles stretched and the back muscles stronger because of the forward posture when we're driving, when we're typing, when we're texting, when we're at our computer. Can anybody relate to that? So let's go to another couple before we finish. So one of my favorite just for seated position, because people again are super tight in the back and the hamstrings. And again here chest too, is just to go to a hamstring stretch, a seated hamstring. So you're just going to put the heel down to the floor, and then the toes pointed up to the ceiling, and then you're just going to flex forward. Yes, you can relate, no doubt. Okay, so, and then again, on this one too, just you want to, the other common error I like to talk about, because when I see this, I know a lot of other people are doing it. So instead of keeping the back flat here, people tend to go like that, because people want to see how far they can reach, and that is stretching a little more in the back and can hurt your back. So what you want to do is you want to push the hips back. So from here, push the hips back and then flex forward and keep the back straight. Now I'm feeling it in the hamstring, and I'm not putting my back at risk. And I can't reach as low. See this? That's it. Now, if I wanted to round my back, I can go ahead and reach all the way down to the, now I can go all the way down here. But I don't feel it. Now I'm feeling it more, kind of like that in a way, and then less right here. So that's just common. And not that, that might not be bad for some people, but it's better to be keeping the back to where the back is like flat or straight. So see, when I do this, and then I flex forward. That way, because you always want to be thinking neutral alignment, and then here, you wouldn't want to be like this, and then you wouldn't want to be like that either. So you got to always be thinking about keeping it in that neutral. And then you see here, that's about as far as I can reach. You can put the other hand on the thigh to support, or both hands on the thighs to support is good. And try to relax into it and just feel those tight hamstrings. But before you do these, you do want to be maybe a little more warmed up than unless you're just doing a gentle stretch at your desk or something. So, okay, Facebook. Okay, good. Good. Thanks, guys. So, let's see. There was one more I'm going to show. I should have done this one down on the floor, but that's okay. So this is my favorite one to finish with in like a lot of the classes that I do on Zoom and on group and private sessions is the stability ball. So look, just this lateral stretch, or you can come all the way up and then lateral stretch. So you can see how I've got the top leg back. So this one feels really good. It's like a total body stretch. I'm going to show you from a side view so you can see I'm completely lateral. And this one, it takes a second to, figure out how to get on it, okay? So I know that if you're new to doing it, you may just plop down and be able to get right to it, or you may feel kind of awkward trying to get into the position. But once you practice it a few times, just like everything else, it gets easier and more obtainable. Hey, Dimity, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in from Gold Coast. Appreciate you. So we are finishing up the stability ball stretch. You guys, if you're out there, say hi, say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from. And then this one, again, you can come up on to, and you just take the top leg back, and then here we reach over. And again, this is getting all of this. It feels so good all the way down through the core and the hip flexor. If you keep that top leg back, and then try to just think about staying completely sideways, completely on your side, Sometimes people want to get like this, or but again, it's because trying to get comfortable and used to rolling around on the ball and moving around on the ball takes doing it more than maybe even more than once. So you'll get used to it. You're welcome, Yvonne. I'm glad that it was helpful. I'm glad that you like the stretches, and we'll go ahead and do the one more while we're still here. So this, just kind of getting back into that beginning ab position that I was in, and this could be good for your back, but you do want to make sure you don't arch the back too much right here. So you can just lean back over the ball and get a good stretch. And a lot of people really like this for the back, the way it feels for them. But again, if your ball is really small and you're kind of tall, it might arch you over too much, like a back bend, and then you might. So just I tell everybody to be careful. Sometimes people, you could lift your hips up a little bit, but you've got to tighten the butt muscles, and then just kind of that way your back isn't like that. So you decide, and then try to lift the head up and tuck the chin in anytime you sit up in those positions, and then come back to seated. Alrighty, so great to see you guys. Let me know if you have any last minute questions before I head out. But go back and watch the replay and watch the ab exercises. Consider giving them a try. Let me know if you try them. And if I could be of help to you in learning how to use the ball, how you can work out at home, guys. I mean, these tools, having a ball, having weights, having a couple of bands. I mean, you can do so many things at home that you don't have to go to a gym. You do not have to go to a gym. In fact, I have a lot of clients in my classes too that love the fact now, though it took a little bit of getting used to, that they can just be doing something at home and then go pop on their iPad, laptop, or mobile phone and then click on and start working out or join the class or whatever I'm doing with them. That's the feedback that I've been getting, because it saves time. It saves, just a lot. I mean, we still worked out when I had electricity. We did miss one night because I had no electricity, but even though there was 6 inches of snow outside, and driving around Texas in 6 inches of snow just really doesn't happen. So even if people can get out, then people are going to most likely not come to exercise class. But we were still able to do it right here on live streaming. So it's really cool. But thanks, everybody. Let me know how I can help you. I hope this was useful. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. You can always share out, guys. Share out. And please subscribe. Please subscribe. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And go back and watch yesterday's broadcast if you want to learn 6 tips for preventing heart disease. 6 tips for preventing heart disease. Yesterday's broadcast. So go back. I love for people to catch the replays because I'm able to go back and comment with people on the replays, and that is really cool. That's one thing about HAPS and this multi-streaming platform that is really, really awesome. And I can do that on other people's broadcasts, whereas before with Periscope and then some of the other streaming apps, you can't always do that. So it's really awesome. So have a great day, everybody. Get out there, get rolling, get your ball. Let me know how it goes, and I'll see you later.